Hey, welcome back, you guys. This is another episode brought to you by Sussex. I'm Shelly Hollis, and today we're going to talk about vitamin D and why it's important, just why it's essential for you and your overall health and well-being. So I did a little research, so I'm going to provide you with whatever adequate information that I have to help you with this particular information. But yeah, here's some information on vitamin D, you guys. Vitamin D. Vitamin D is essential for overall health and well-being, and here are some of the key benefits. 1. Bone health. Vitamin D plays a crucial role in calcium absorption, which is necessary for maintaining strong and healthy bones. Its adequate levels help prevent bone disorders like rickets in children and osteoporosis in adults. So we all know we want strong bones, strong functional, our skeletal being upright, mixed with muscle definition, everything else, but let's keep focused. Immune function. It supports the immune system by enhancing the pathogen-fighting effects. It helps with white blood cells. It helps with free radicals. Vitamin D can also modulate the immune response, which ultimately it helps prevent excessive inflammation. Now, when it comes to muscle function, adequate vitamin D levels are important for muscle function. It reduces the risk of muscle weakness, helps with just prematurely getting tired and things like that. If you're someone that's struggling with any issues with your mood or mental health, there is evidence that vitamin D may play a role in mood regulation and may help protect against depression, anxiety, and other mental health conditions. That alone to me is just huge. Now, when it comes to cardiovascular health, things are different. Vitamin D may contribute to heart health by reducing blood pressure, improving vascular function, and lowering the risk of heart disease. As you guys can see, vitamin D has multiple functions and is well needed. It helps reduce the risk of chronic disease. Like sufficient vitamin D levels are associated with lower risk of chronic disease such as type 2 diabetes, multiple sclerosis, and certain types of cancer. That alone does it for me. I lost both grandparents to it. Cancer is one of those sensitive words for me. Now, when it comes to you women in pregnancy, as it contributes to health of both mothers and developing babies, it helps reduce complications as well. So if you're pregnant, you really want to look into the benefits of vitamin D. Now, for the majority of people that are trying to focus on weight management, some studies suggest that adequate levels of vitamin D may support weight management by influencing the strong and the breakdown of fat cells. Overall, maintaining optimal vitamin D levels is important for various aspects of physical and mental health. For us, vitamin D, some of the best sources are just being outside, you guys. Like seriously, sunlight is the number one source of vitamin D. The body can produce vitamin D when the skin is exposed to sunlight, specifically like UV rays. So on time wise, for what I know, about 10 to 30 minutes in direct sunlight a few times a week can help maintain adequate levels through the various base, just like, and then what's the contributing factors is like location, the season, your skin tone, your melanin, things like that. So eating fatty fish, you guys, salmon, especially wild caught, mackerel, another great source, everything. And when it comes to fish, wild, that's the key word is wild. Tuna, true, both fresh and canned tuna provide vitamin D. Sardines, I'm a fan of sardines. My grandparents used to eat them all the time. So yeah, these small little fish are packed with vitamin D and other nutrients. Cod liver oil, any type of oils, but especially cod liver oil. Cod liver oil is exceptional concentrated source of vitamin D and also provides vitamin A and omega-3 fatty acids. So I'm sure you guys are familiar with 3, 6, and 9, which are omega-3 fatty acids, but you can get it from vitamin D as well. Fortified foods, you're talking about dairy products, milk, cheese, yogurt, plant-based milk, almond, soy, oat milk. Those are great sources. For me, lately, I've switched everything to just coconut milk, and we'll go through that another time. Different breakfast cereals has vitamin D. Orange juice, of course. You can get it from oranges as well, but fortified brands of orange juice has it. Another key source of it is pasteurized eggs. So egg yolks. Eggs from chickens that have been exposed to sunlight tend to have higher levels of vitamin D, particularly in the yolk. Another big thing that's going on in the health world is this explosion of mushrooms. So yes, wild mushrooms are great for vitamin D. Certain wild mushrooms contain vitamin D, particularly those that have been exposed to the sunlight. And in some cases, there are commercially grown mushrooms that are exposed to UV lighting to boost the vitamin D content. But I mean, I'm always one of those people that sway on the side of the fence where things are extremely more natural. Another good source for you guys, margarine and butter. For me, I stick to everything that's real butter. There's a few brands out there, we'll talk about that, but some brands of margarine and butter do have fortified with vitamin D. Now, if you're not getting it any other way or you need more, focus on supplements. They're commonly recommended for individuals who may not get enough vitamin D from diet or sunlight, especially during the winter months. So depending on your location, like we brought up earlier in the video, you really might want to focus on getting a supplement. So incorporating a combination of being outside and taking a supplement, this should be enough to ensure that you're getting the proper vitamin D levels throughout the year. Now, the amount of vitamin D that you need varies on the factors like age, sex, and health status. So let me give you guys some general guidelines provided by like various health organizations that I found on my computer, and I'll share with you. Factors include, it may be your age. So older adults may need more vitamin D due to reduced skin synthesis and absorption efficiency. Now, skin tone. People with darker skin tones have more melanin, which can reduce the skin's ability to produce vitamin D from sunlight. They may require more sunlight exposure and higher dietary intake. Now, geographic location, like we talked about. What's the weather like? How much sun do you have? Those living in northern latitudes or areas with limited sunlight during the winter months may need more vitamin D for, their food and their supplements. Sunlight exposure in individuals who spend little time outdoors, use sunscreen frequently, or cover their skin for cultural or religious reasons also may need to focus more on getting a vitamin D supplement, somewhere you can find online, at a health store, Amazon, wherever. Now, health conditions, medical conditions, osteoporosis might increase vitamin D requirements as well. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to put on the screen some upper safe limits of vitamin D. Okay, so generally it's set at like 4,000 IUs, but exceeding this amount over a long period of time can lead to toxicity, causing, calcium in blood, which neither of us or any of us wants. It can do damage to the kidneys and heart getting tested. So getting tested is recommended for your vitamin D levels, especially if you have risk of deficiency. It's a good idea to get your blood test. Then you can help determine if you need to adjust your intake or just go take supplements. Vitamin D deficiency can lead to a variety of symptoms and health issues ranging from subtle to severe. So truthfully, guys, here are a few common symptoms: fatigue and tiredness, bone pain, muscle weakness. When I say bone pain, I'm talking about deficiency causing dull, aching pains in bones, particularly in the lower back, pelvis, or legs. None of us needs it, don't want it. Dad just had knee surgery. He's losing his mind. Muscle weakness. I work out all the time. Just getting weak from being lazy is a no-no for me. So frequent illness or infections. Vitamin D is crucial for immune function. Having low levels of vitamin D, you're gonna get sick more often. You're gonna have respiratory infections. You may be subjected to the flu, depression, and mood changes. Some studies have linked low vitamin D levels to mood disorders, including depression, anxiety, and mood swings. Now, another big key factor is some people that struggle when they get a wound. Slow wound healing after surgery or injury may be a sign of vitamin D deficiency as well. So if you're starting to pick up on this, you're starting to understand vitamin D does a lot for your body. It might be one of the most important vitamins. When it comes to osteoporosis and bone loss over time, insufficient vitamin D can lead to a decrease in bone density, increased risk of fractures, particularly in older adults. Now, for us men and women, hair loss, severe hair loss, especially in women, has been linked to vitamin D deficiency. It can also be associated with conditions like alopecia. I'll definitely do a whole video on hair and hair loss, but muscle pain, I'm always sore. I'm very active, but chronic muscle pain, particularly in the absence of obsessive use or, just obsessive working out, can lead to low vitamin D levels. Now, when it comes to cardiovascular issues, that's where things are a little different. Although less common, severe deficiency may contribute to increased blood pressure and higher risk of cardiovascular disease. So I brought up rickets and the rickets in children. In children, severe vitamin D deficiency causes rickets, a condition characterized by soft and weak bones leading to skeletal deformities. Cognitive impaired. Now, when it comes to your cognitive, some research shows that low vitamin D levels in older adults may have associated with cognitive decline and increased risks of dementia. Big one, you guys. Keep the mental health, you guys. The brain, it's everything for us, So to measure your vitamin D levels and recommend appropriate treatment, this is where you might need to go to the doctor and see where you're at, and you might need to make some dietary changes, some supplemental changes, or just increase your sun exposure. You guys, vitamin D has now been proven to be one of the most effective and efficient vitamins that we need inside of our body. And at this point in my life, this is something I'm highly focused on. I do a lot of outside activities. Like, I'm a bike rider. I walk 5 days a week. I run a few days. So I probably spend about an hour or 2 hours a day outside in the sun. And that includes even my little Enzo, my dog, helps with that too. So if you guys are just here to get some more information on vitamin D, thank you for showing up today. I hope some of this information helps you. Make sure you guys like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Thank you.